Since we jumped, we did gain a little bit of movement speed right there. We're going to throw a cat back just so they have to deal with something. Cthulhu thinks he can just jump on us. We're going to jump over him. Anubis or SeanyB is rotating behind. SeanyB is the target. We're going to use R2. We're able to clean him up. We are very weak. We are waiting for our abilities to come off the cooldown. We blink past the Cthulhu. We're going to use a cat on him. That is a double. Anubis is nearby. We have our ultimate in 4 seconds. And then Fenrir just pops up over the wall and gets us. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Bastet in jungle. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, Bastet's really good at getting off some ability damage and getting out. She excels at single target, and we're going to see what we can do with her. Let's go ahead and review Bastet's abilities. Bastet's one is her pounce. She's going to jump to a target location, and then for the next 4 seconds, she's going to be able to jump back to wherever she initially jumped from. After she has done her first jump, before jumping back, she's going to gain 25% movement speed until she returns or her ability expires. Bastet's two is her Razor Whip. It's going to be a cone attack that deals tick damage over 4 seconds. 4 ticks over 4 seconds, 1 tick per second. Bastet's 3, Bastet is going to shoot her cat forward. If it hits an enemy, it's going to root them and deal damage. The cats are going to persist for 4 seconds and continue attacking nearby enemies. It's going to take 5 hits from a minion to cause it to lose 1 hit point. The cat has 2 hit points overall. There is the initial root damage from the line attack, so if you hit your line attack, and then there is the chasing or persistent damage. So right here, we are going to go ahead and rotate straight from blue. We go speed, blue, harpies, and if we can get our solo laner to start on blue, this is going to allow us to reach middle lane faster than if we were to go speed, harpies, blue. And it's also going to allow our solo laner to hit level 2 if we timed it just right. He needs his blue camp, 2 melee minions, and 3 archers to hit level 2. So right here, we're going to rotate mid. We do have our blink. Put a point into our 1, point into our 3, so that way we have the root. We're going to get some good damage onto this Anubis. We're able to set up the first blood, but here comes Fenrir, and Fenrir is definitely going to be able to get me. Unfortunate, but I think that trade was in our favor. We got the first blood for our team. We just kind of overextended right there after we got the Anubis. Bastet's ultimate, Bastet is going to call her loyal guardians to her side. These guardians will follow Bastet's order, assisting her in all abilities she casts, dealing a percentage of Bastet's damage. So whenever you use your ultimate, Bastet is going to gain 2 cats. The 2 cats are going to deal a percentage of Bastet's damage. So at level 1, that is 20%, and at level 5, that is 40%. We should be able to get this Fenrir right here. Are we going to get it, or is Poseidon going to get it? Poseidon's going to get it. So whenever you use your ultimate and you use Pounce, you're going to have 2 additional cats jumping in with you, and it's going to deal an additional 40% more damage at level 1. Anubis is here. We're going to throw our kit. We're going to jump on him. We're able to get the pick. For the Razor Whip, the cats are also going to swipe, dealing damage, and then for the 3, Bastet's going to shoot 3 cats forward, or 2 cats forward instead of the traditional 1. We're going to make a play for the Cthulhu. Cthulhu's super weak. Poseidon is able to get the pick. We're going to kind of stick to the Merlin, but not really. He's under tower, so he's pretty safe. And it looks like Poseidon is able to clean that up as well. Fenrir is able to get the pick onto 1. We get some good damage onto him. He's probably going to have to back soon. So Bastet's passive. When Bastet hits an enemy, she marks them for a brief time. Marked targets leave behind a scent trail that Bastet can follow, gaining movement speed. The scent trail lasts 3 seconds, and she's going to gain 20% movement speed if she is following the scent trail.
Nice.
So in terms of the build, we're going to be going Assassin's Blessing, then we're going to be going into Tier 1 of Transcendence, and then we're going to be going into Warrior Tabi. We had kind of a sloppy first rotation because we died to the Fenrir, our speed is up for a little bit. We're going to go ahead and start a second rotation. We had enough for the tier 2 boots, unfortunately not enough for the full boots. Looks like their jungler was able to clean up in right. So we're making our way to blue buff. Horse is already over here.
How do you like that? Hold this.
Horse versus Tsukiyami. That's got to be a rough matchup. This game, I believe I'm playing with Gunner, who is the solo Horus, Spoonman, who is the Poseidon mid, and University Hype, who is the Sobek support. So it's really just the Scotty, that's the rando. We get our root onto the Anubis, we hit him with our 2, gonna hit him with some basics, and we jump out. The Poseidon is able to clean it up. So if you can see on your pounce or your 1, whenever you jump in, you have this little circle icon that tells you if you can jump back. We wanted to stay in as long as possible and then jump out because we were pressing the tower right there. We're going to go ahead and drop the oracles. There are 2 people pretty far left, but we're going to clean up their red buff, clean up the oracles, and then clean up our red buff. We don't have a red buff, so we're actually going to go back mid. Looks like Fenrir is heading towards his red buff. Probably heading to the right lane after he checks the red. Yeah, he's making a play towards right lane. We're hanging out in mid. We're going to go for these neutral harpies.
How do you like that?
Looks like Sobek's going to be able to stay alive under tower, so it's a good thing we didn't rotate. Or at least we didn't get punished for us not rotating. If we rotated, we might have been able to get some picks, but we didn't lose any allies because we didn't rotate. So speed is almost up. We timed that pretty well. It'd be nice to arrive there right as it is spawning, but you know, a second or 2 here and there, it's not the worst thing in the world. We're going to go ahead and start working on the speed. Drop this bad boy. The jungle shrine is not close to being full, so we're going to go straight to blue buff. Sometimes if jungle shrine is full, I'll go from speed, harpies, then blue, just so I can hit the jungle shrine, but since it's not full, we're going to go ahead and hit blue with the Horus. Go back to the harpies, and then probably give the jungle shrine a little love tap here. So in terms of the ability leveling order, I like to level up my 2 first. It's just good, quick damage. We get our 3 off. Poseidon is able to clean up the Anubis. Anubis has no mobility, so we want to just jump on him as often as possible. We do have our ultimate right here. We're probably going to ult the 2 people. Merlin would be the ideal target. That is his dash. Cthulhu's just way out of position, so we're going to make a play for him. He uses his ultimate. We use all of our stuff. We're going to jump back out. Sobek is able to get the pick onto Cthulhu. We're kind of hanging out in jungle, seeing if anyone's going to come. We might have been able to do something for that Sobek. We were a little out of position. Poseidon rotates from mid and is able to clean up the Merlin. Fenrir is here. We're going to get a root onto him. He uses his ultimate. We're going to jump. We get a little bit of damage. Try to hit him with the basic. We hit him with our cone attack. Anubis is here. We're going to continue to run away. Trying to make sure that this Poseidon can get out safely. This might be the best game I've played with Spoonman or this Poseidon. He's doing a pretty good job, making some smart plays, making some good rotations, cleaning up a lot of kills. Our speed is almost up, so we're probably going to back right here. Not quite enough money for Transcendence, so we're actually going to hang around just a little bit longer. We need about 150 gold. We're going to hit the back harpies. That is not quite enough, so we're going to hang out and hit this red buff that is about to spawn. So our timing on our speed camp is going to be a little bit off. Luckily, Horus has not gone for blue, so we're still going to be able to get the blue XP. Since I am delayed, if Horus wanted to hit blue by himself, I think he would be within his right to do that. Your solo laner shouldn't have to wait for you if they don't want to. If they wait for you, that's great, that's fantastic, y'all both get the XP, really helps the jungler out, but if he needs his blue, or if he feels like it's going to be invaded, he has the right to just go and get it, and then the jungler is going to miss out on a little bit of XP. So Poseidon rotates left and is able to get an assist. We're going to go ahead and clean up the tower in mid, or clean up the wave in mid.
On my way.
Anubis and Fenrir are both in left lane. We're going to rotate over, see if there's anything we can do. We do have our ultimate. We miss our tigers. I think somebody's going to correct me. It's not even tigers. We're just going to say cats, because that can't be wrong. I'm not sure if they're jaguars, lions, cougars, what's going on. We're going to call them cats. So we are stacking. Their blue buff is up. We're going to go ahead and drop this. Hopefully a Sukiyami without mana is going to have to play a little bit differently than a Sukiyami with mana. Maybe that will give our Horus a little bit of an advantage. We're going to go ahead and hit the Harpies. So we are invading right now. If we are invading an enemy camp before the 15-minute mark, we are not getting the full amount of XP for it. The developers coded this into the game so that way it would be less rewarding for invading the enemy. It's still absolutely worth it. Being able to get some XP and prevent them from getting any XP is really good. But if you wanted the most XP, you would want to hit your own camp. We're sticking to the Merlin. We're going to get some good damage. We're going to jump out. Our tick damage is able to get him. Fafnir, or Fenrir, is able to get the pick onto the Poseidon. We miss our 3 onto the Fenrir. We get hit by Anubis. We're going to have to fall back. Anubis throws his 3 on the ground. That buys him a little bit of time. Oh no, we missed our 2. We hit him with a 3. We're pretty low on health, so we gotta be pretty careful on our target selection right here. We're gonna jump onto this Cthulhu. Anubis is here. We're gonna jump back. We avoid the Tsukiyomi. We do have our ultimate. We're gonna make a play for this Cthulhu. Hit him with the cats. Cats are able to get him. We're gonna use our cone attack. We're gonna jump away. And I believe we are out. I don't think we need to jump back. Yep, Sobek provides a little bit of heal for us, and we are able to get out. Sobek does go down. Thank you, support. I truly appreciate that. Way to be a support.
Your right tower is under attack.
So, looking at the enemy team composition, they each have a little bit of crowd control. Fenrir has a stun, Anubis has a stun, Tsukiyomi has 2 slows, Merlin has a slow, Cthulhu has a root and a slow. So they each have some form of crowd control. I think that going into the Sledge and getting 20% crowd control reduction is a really good item going into this team composition. It does slightly affect the amount of damage we can do. We could always buy a more damaging item. But I think this 20% cooldown reduction with Bastet is going to really allow me to get in and out a little bit more effectively, a little bit safer. We get some good damage. We're going to jump. We're able to get him with the tick damage. We're going to jump back. We're behind Anubis. Hit him with a basic. We miss a 3 when he's right in front of us. What is going on? We're able to get the pick onto the Anubis. Was that a soft double kill? I think it was. I don't think it officially said double, but I think we got 2 back to back right there. Cthulhu's kind of weak, hanging out in right. If he oversteps, we should be able to get him. But it looks like he has a ward, and they set up a ward, so probably just going to disengage from here.
Go get it.
We're going to use our ultimate. We're going to jump over the wall. He's super aggressive. We use R3. We set up the Merlin for our teammates, and we're going to jump out. Cthulhu gets a pick. We're just going to jump in, do some damage, get the pick, and we're going to jump out. Easy peasy. We do have enough money for Sledge. I don't know why we got spooked and decided to back up a little bit before backing right there. Maybe we saw something on the mini-map. After going into the Sledge, we're going to be going into Heartseeker. Bastet has 3 damaging abilities, so she builds items like the Crusher and Heartseeker very well. Some characters like Thor, whose ability is a wall that does a stun and has no damage, can't really take full advantage of items like the Crusher and Heartseeker because one of his abilities doesn't do damage. However, Bastet does a lot of damage, and she does take damage on 2 of her abilities. So after we leveled our 2, we're going to be leveling our 3. No idea if this is actually the correct way to level things. I feel like 1, you absolutely want to level your 2 first. In terms of, oh, we jumped over the SeanyB stun. Horse is here. Hopefully he can give us a little bit of setup. We do have our ultimate. We hit him with the 3 cats. We're going to stick to him. That disarm is gross. We're going to use our 2. I'm targeted by the tower, and unfortunately I go down. Hopefully the horse will be able to clean him up. Horse is able to get him. Fenrir is there. Let's see if he can get out. Looks like it. Nice. So 1-for-1 trade. We just kind of stuck to him under tower a little bit too long. We damaged him, so tower started its aggro onto us. A little bit of a misplay. I think we've been a little bit better off just letting the horse go in first. I think the issue was the horse did go in first, but we damaged the SeanyB first, so the tower switched his attention to us. Horse is just bopping with this Fafnir. Fenrir, holy cow, it's like the 3rd or 4th time I've done that. Fenrir is the Wolfman, Fafnir is the Dwarf.
Group up. They were warned.
Our teammates are dropping red, so we missed a little bit of XP right there. We are highest level in the lobby. SeanyB just hit level 15, so did we.
An enemy has been slain.
Your left tower is under attack.
Since Poseidon is all the way in right, we're going to go ahead and clean up his wave.
Your left tower has been destroyed.
A full wave is worth more than any jungle camp in terms of gold and XP. We're going to clean up all 6 of these minions while Poseidon is over in right, and then we're going to make our way to our speed buff.
Attack the Gold Fury. Attack the Gold Fury.
Yep, so we had our whole team run past Gold Fury. I think we have advantage on this side of the map, so we're going to go ahead and just start working on it. Easy Gold Fury. And if I didn't say anything, I think the team would have walked right past it. So we took a little bit of damage. We're going to go ahead and back. Our speed is up. This is going to allow us to start a rotation in the left side of the jungle.
How do you like that?
Bunch of people in mid. We might just rotate straight there. We're going to see if we can do anything for this Poseidon. We jump on SeanyB. We get our 2 off. Scotty's able to get the pick onto the SeanyB. We get some good damage onto the Fenrir. We are on cooldown, so we're kind of waiting for all of our stuff to come back online. We use our 2. That's able to get him. We use our 3. They're both pretty weak. If we get somebody to tank the tower for us, I feel like we'll be able to get some picks right here. Anubis is rotating in.
How do you like that?
We're going to go ahead and work on these minions that followed us in the jungle. We jump in. Horse is able to get the pick. We use our 3 onto the Anubis. We're going to jump out because Anubis is ulting. Poseidon and Scotty both fell back, so that was kind of just a fight of me and Horus into their team. We're going to see if this Anubis steps up. He doesn't really need to. He can just cast his 3 from that far away. We go ahead and use our beads, although we probably didn't need to in that situation. We're going to go ahead and clean up the minion wave. we have enough money for Heartseeker. That is something we're definitely going to want to pick up and back pretty soon. It's going to be a pretty large power spike for us. So Transcendence and building into Transcendence as a first item is one of the most powerful starts you can get in terms of physical power. Transcendence gives you 45 power, and then it converts a percentage of your mana into your health, and then it also allows you to stack mana. By the time you have it fully stacked, you have, oh my goodness, look at this damage. We have 4 people here. We're gonna go down. I think we're gonna go down. Unfortunately, we go down. We had some great damage. I thought potentially we had a triple kill right there, but we weren't able to make it work. So Transcendence, whenever it's fully stacked, is going to provide you, I always forget the math, I believe it's anywhere between 75 power and 95 power. And that's just between the mana that you gain from stacks, not the initial mana that you start with, or the mana that you get as you level up. The Sledge is going to give us a little bit of power, it's going to give us a little bit of protection. The more enemies that are near us, the more protections that we're going to get, up to 3 stacks. And it's also going to give us 20% crowd control reduction. So whenever Anubis wraps us for a second, we're actually only going to be wrapped for 0.8 seconds. Heartseeker is going to give us a decent amount of power. It's going to give us 10% physical penetration. And whenever we damage an enemy with an ability, they're going to take additional damage from your abilities.
How do you like that?
After going into Heartseeker, I think we're going into Bloodforge,
On my way.
which is a lifesteal item that is going to give us 75 power, and whenever we get a pick onto an enemy, we're going to get a shield and increased movement speed.
You have slain an enemy.
I believe we want it for the large amount of power and for its passive. The lifesteal on this item is not fantastic in terms of ability damage or in terms of auto attack damage. With Bastet as a character, we want to jump in, hopefully get a pick, and then jump out. Take us to the left tower, horse. Left tower, not up there. Oh no. We're gonna go straight for the Merlin. We use our 3. Unfortunately, we don't get anything. Oh my goodness, that damage. We're gonna see if there's... We're just gonna retreat through the left lane. Not the best fight for us. Go ahead and clean up this minion wave. Sobek is a tussling in mid. He goes down to 3 people. We kind of left him there. We're going to set up a ward. Don't know what happened to that Anubis rat. We miss R2 onto the one-shot Fenrir. We get ulted by Tsukiyomi. This is a bit of a bad fight. We're going to go ahead and use our beads to avoid the slow. We miss the Siphon movement speed ability from Tsukiyomi, so we're able to keep our movement speed and start running away. Since we jumped, we did gain a little bit of movement speed right there. We're going to throw a cat back just so they have to deal with something. Cthulhu thinks he can just jump on us. We're going to jump over him. Anubis or Tsukiyomi is rotating behind. Tsukiyomi's the target. We're going to use R2. We're able to clean him up. We are very weak. We are waiting for our abilities to come off the cooldown. We blink past the Cthulhu. We're going to use a cat on him. That is a double. Anubis is nearby. We have our ultimate in 4 seconds. And then Fenrir just pops up over the wall and gets us. If that Fenrir wasn't there, we probably could have used our ultimate to try to get the pick onto the Anubis right there. I feel like even though we went down there, we did a good job. We retreated all the way from Middle Phoenix down the left lane. We're below half health and we're able to get a pick onto 2 people. So right now in the build, we have 10% physical penetration, and then we have a decent amount of power from some very powerful items. Transcendence, Heartseeker, and Bloodforge give you very high amounts of power. And the Sledge is kind of our defensive or utility item. It's not really a defensive item, it's more of a utility item with a few protections to kind of just help out. So we have a health potion, 2 wards. We definitely need to place our wards. Scotty looks like she's about to be pushing the right tower. And we're going to go link up with the boys around Fire Giant and see if we can keep anyone alive, get a few picks.
They were warned.
Poseidon's able to get the pick onto the Fenrir. Merlin's nearby. We completely miss our 3 right there. We're going to jump onto the Merlin. We are with him, but we're able to get him with a basic attack. That is going to give us the shield from the Bloodforge. We should be able to get Fire Giant with just 3 of us right here. Scotty's rotating in. We don't really have anyone on our team zoning, so they could steal it pretty easily. They had somebody in position, but we're able to get the Fire Giant. The Fire Giant is going to give us a lot of HP 5 and a lot of MP 5. So if you look at our health, it is just creeping up. We don't need to back. We'll be at full health in no time. Unfortunately, there goes their Tsukuyomi. I believe he comes back relatively shortly. Goes a disconnect, not a quit. We have 3 people in left, 4 people in left. Anubis just got gobbled. We didn't really need to do a whole lot right there. We're going to use our cat. Since we missed the root, we missed the majority of the damage, but the cat is going to chase them down and try to do some tick damage. We're going to jump in, make a play for the Cthulhu. We're kind of behind him. We use our 2. 2 was enough with the tick damage to get the pick onto the Cthulhu. We are trying to work on this Phoenix. So that gets the pull. We're going to jump onto this Fafnir. Throw our 2 into the fountain. Get some damage off. But we really need to just work on this left Phoenix. Scotty was able to get the middle Phoenix. Getting 2 Phoenixes down is pretty big. They have 4 people up, so I think this is a bad fight for us. We throw our 3. Unfortunately, we missed the root onto the Fenrir. Now we're just going to fall back. I think we have the whole team chasing us. They're not really chasing us, so we're just going to go ahead and back.
Attack the Gold Fury.
Sight. We're going for the Gold Fury. They have to defend the middle lane and left lane, so I don't think they're really going to be able to push this far up in the jungle to contest the Gold Fury. That is an Oni Fury kill. The Oni Fury is going to give us an enhanced wave in each lane. We have a pretty penny in the pocket, so we're going to go ahead and back. Pick up Titan's Bane in replace of our Assassin's Blessing. Buy a damage pot. The damage pot is going to increase our power. It's also going to give us 10% cooldown. We do not have a lot of cooldown items in our build. We really just have Transcendence. So Transcendence and this power pot are going to put us at 20% cooldown.
Ultimate is ready.
Bit of a team fight going on in mid.
Allies are in trouble.
Horus goes down. We're going to see if there's anything we can do to save this Poseidon. We use our ultimate. We're going to jump in. We hit 3 people with our jump. We used our 2. We're able to get the pick onto the Anubis. We're going to try to stick to the Tsukuyomi. We're able to get the pick onto the Tsukuyomi.
An enemy has been slain.
Poseidon is able to steal my triple kill, but that is okay. And the enemy team surrenders. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, please check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.